Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Weather Impact Now. I am Pepper Baker. I'm in for Chief Meteorologist Trevor Burchett, who has the week off. All right, you're taking a live look at downtown Memphis from our Midtown camera. We've seen some pop-up storms up until today. It's been pretty clear, but it's the heat that is coming in hot. All right, we're going to go ahead and get a first look at the forecast with meteorologist Ryan Shoptaw.
Well, the big weather story today was the heat. Daytime highs climbing to above normal for June standards. Now, there was some rain out there, mostly isolated and higher coverage up farther north towards Union City, towards Steele, for example. But here in Memphis, mostly quiet. It's the heat that's the big weather story. Matter of fact, drink plenty of water. Take breaks when you can because air temperatures lower 90s today, even tomorrow and the following day as well, as forecast highs stay pretty hot for June standards. And you factor in the humidity, it's going to be hotter than that as well. High pressure keeping it mostly clear in the mornings and afternoons with pop-up storms later in the week. Here's the timeline on temperatures by midnight, lower 80s. Not much of a cool down by tomorrow. Expect about 93 to 94 here in Memphis and around the area as well. Coming up, we'll talk about some relief that's on the way later this week, along with better rain and storm chances by Friday and Saturday. That latest timeline and more, it's coming up.
Certainly getting toasty out there. All right, we are getting a look at the aftermath of a storm that tore through parts of Missouri over the weekend. This is Douglas County, which is in the south central part of the state. As people there rebuild their lives, neighbors are pitching in to ease the load. Frances Watson shows us how neighbors are helping neighbors.
It happened so fast that we couldn't even take shelter.
Erica Hutchinson says her family was closely monitoring Sunday night storms.
We had the news on, watching the weather, just because we didn't really know which direction it was headed. But it didn't seem like it was going to do much here.
But in her part of Douglas County, a fierce storm with high winds made its way towards the Hutchinsons' home, taking with it everything in its path and tossing it around.
We tried to go to the back of the house, but the windows were already busting out, so we just went into the bathroom.
The force of the wind so strong, the Hutchinsons say their home moved about 10 feet.
It was really scary because it was shaking the house, like you could feel it, and the roof came off. But it happened so fast, but it was over so fast.
By daylight, Erica was able to get a better look at all the damage. She says that's when her neighbors came by to pitch in during the cleanup process, allowing her family to gather any belongings that made it through the storm.
People have come from all over. I've received so many messages, calls, just to check on us, make sure we don't need anything. At this point, we don't even know what we need. We're still in shock, but we're blessed for our community and our family for all the support.
And while her family may be without a permanent home due to the storm, Erica says she's thankful the storm and the damage it caused wasn't worse.
As a family, we've been through a lot, and we know that our house is replaceable. Our belongings are replaceable, but we're not, and as long as we're together, we'll get through it.
People always come out and support people during severe weather. It's really just inspiring to see. Now, for our neighbors to our south, heavy rain in Alabama caused flooding, forcing people to take cover in caves. This is in Jackson County, which is in the northeastern corner of Alabama. That set off 2 rescues. Daryl Green talked with the first responders who answered the calls.
Just before we left our building, we got a call from the sheriff's department, said we was going to need a boat. A boat and a cave-in don't normally go together. That's the first.
That's when Captain Teague knew this wouldn't be a routine rescue. As heavy rainfall moved across Jackson County Sunday, his team responded to Mother's Finest Cave.
It's a unique incident to have someone trapped in a cave. That's the first call we've ever received like that, and as far as I know, in the history of this organization.
A first for an organization that has served Jackson County for more than 6 decades. With hundreds of known caves scattered across Jackson County, Sunday's flooding created conditions few responders had ever encountered.
It was a pretty scary thought, just knowing, how much rain we'd had that morning and the kind of events that could have been. It could have been a really tragic ordeal, actually.
Meanwhile, nearly 10 miles away, another rescue effort was underway at Tumbling Rock Cave, where 13 more cavers needed help.
Well, I think being fortunate that nobody got hurt seriously or killed during that event. You know, when you have 5 to 7 inches of rain come in a few hours, we're used to flooding, but not that kind of flooding.
In the end, everyone made it out safely, but Sunday served as a reminder of how quickly conditions can change.
Yesterday it was kind of like, you know, drinking out of a straw, emptying a pool with a straw. You know, it was tough. We had water everywhere, and so we had to utilize everything we had to keep people safe. You know, sometimes these things don't turn out like this.
All right, you're taking a live look now at downtown Memphis on this Tuesday evening. Definitely a little soupy out there. If you've been outside, then you definitely can feel it. We're going to have another check, a full check of your forecasts next.